Hey there, I'm Ricardo, founder of Garden, a school on Discord to learn, connect, and build stuff together. Today, we are here with Sandap, founder and CEO of Codestory.ai, and we are going to explore AI and different technologies and how they're shaping our future and businesses worldwide. If you can briefly introduce yourself, Sandap, it's great to have you here. And what are you building?
Hey guys, great to be here. I'm Sandeep. I'm the CEO and founder for Codestory. And I just want to talk about Codestory like it's an AI powered mod of VS Code. So imagine that as a developer, you are tasked with solving a bug. Codestory can scan the code base, identify the root cause, put up the fix, and then auto generate tests to evaluate if the bug was resolved. We believe that AI and humans together will write code in the future, and we want AI to act as a senior engineer for you and be there for you in the editor, actively help you out, or whenever you want it to help you out. And we are building the editor for the future to enable this.
Well, it's very interesting. And do you think that this particular trend that is happening is gonna shape how is gonna shape like our future and the technology?
Yeah, I think most of the products and tools today, they are built with they were not built with the assumption that AI is going to be such a game changer, right? So almost every tool out there right now is trying to incorporate AI in some form or fashion. So either as an extension or as an added capability. I think the right approach would be to take a product and figure out how you can design it with AI being like a central piece of it. As an example, like multimodal is soon going to become such a cheap thing to run, like you will be running it on your laptops. What are some of the applications where you can bring that in? Like, can you take an idea which you have in your mind and translate it to a real product really quickly by just showing it a picture of, I don't know, like a napkin, paper napkin like picture?
So you just
So
give
all
the
of those things.
input and you have all the work.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's gonna happen for sure. But it's not gonna be an overnight change. It's gonna be incremental. But the early signs are really promising, and I think it's only going to get better from here.
Cool. Very interesting. But I think there's also some downsides. Don't you think like some ethical consideration that we have to address? So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm actually very sad about AI companies like who are just taking the publicly available data, like taking work of other people, all the blog posts, even like the artist images, and not giving them due consideration or compensation for training on that. And I think that's pretty bad. Having said that, most of these AI companies are also now moving to a world where they're generating their own data. Like synthetic data is going to become a big thing. So I would say, like in the past decade, everyone realized the value of data, but in the current decade is when we are actually leveraging the data to solve bigger problems. And I would ask for these companies to figure out the right way to compensate humans for creating the original data and like actually attribute it properly to them. Having said that, there are also a lot of companies, even in YC, who are fighting the good fight and trying to figure out how they can attribute the data well to the owner, or even figure out if there's ways to combat the inherent bias. So we'll see what comes of it, but it's an interesting challenge for sure.
And Sandra, what's your unique advantage in all these startups that are trying to get into AI? Well, what's your mark?
Yeah. Yeah, I think one of the unique advantages which we have is that we are building that complete coding editor from the ground up and putting AI front and center over there. And I think we will continue seeing this trend where people who are building products are not just building extensions, like you take a product and you extend it with some functionality, but you rethink what the product can do if AI is a core feature of it. So owning the platform is a big thing, and that's what we are trying to do with like building a whole coding editor, and that's a competitive advantage.
Great. Also, there are many people here in the audience that want to get into AI and get maybe a job or start something in this space. So you did Y Combinator. You're building this great product. How? Which tips would you give to someone that is just starting?
Yeah. I think like the biggest tip would be if you are using any LLM, chat GPT, anything like that to solve a problem which you are facing daily and all the time, just go ahead and like start building something to automate that part. And obviously in your social circle, you can find other people who have the same problem. Like there are 8 billion human beings, right? Of course you can find like, I don't know, 100 people who are like you who have the same problem, so you can solve it for them. And that's a good way to start. Like that's how we started building Codestory, because it was a problem we faced. And I think that's the biggest thing you can do for yourself and for your potential future customers.
Awesome, Sandap. It was amazing talking with you. I'll leave the link to your product here down below and the link to Garden School here also. So,
Yeah, great talking to you as well.
thank you.